Hello, Namaskaram. This is the third attempt. Hopefully, these new earphones will work. So, what should we talk about? Hello, Nidalji. Voice coming now? आवाज आ रही है? New earphones, new avatar. Now we are yellow. New look. Hello, Nikhil ji. Hello, Verma ji. Abhishek Verma. और बताइए, anything you want to discuss? Any question? Scientific, spiritual, natural, the words. गुड मॉर्निंग हुआ है अभी तो अभी गुड मॉर्निंग हुआ है भाई. अभी तो मैं सब कुछ नहा धो के खाना खा के अभी आगे भी निकल गया हूँ. और जबकि मैं तो लेट हूँ. यहाँ पे तो लोग 4:30 बजे उठ जाते हैं. लेकिन लिटरली लोग 4:30 बजे उठते हैं यार यहाँ पे. हाँ जी, खाना खा लिया. अब आगे निकलेंगे केदारनाथ की तरफ. हाँ जी, नाश्ता. हेमंत वर्मा, कैसे हो हेमंत जी? नाइस ब्रह्म मुहूर्त. मैं तो बहुत बार ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में सोता हूँ. बट अपना काम तो करना ही है. डे जॉब. अपना डे जॉब करते रहो, अपना काम करते रहो. नॉलेज फील्ड में क्या प्रोग्रेस है? कुछ पढ़े वढ़े लगेगी तुम लोग? नहीं. इतनी सारी किताबें लिख के रखी हुई हैं. रुद्र काल में लोग सोते हैं. वीकेंड पर काम की बातें. अभी कर लो. काम की बातें क्या है? नहीं करते. अरे लाइफ के बारे में बात करो ना. काम थोड़ी करना है. मैंने कितने मोस्टली हर टॉपिक के ऊपर काफ़ी क्लियरिटी के साथ डाला हुआ है. तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि किस चीज़ के बारे में बात करें. टाइम का ओरिजिन जो बहुत सारे डिस्कस किया था. हाँ, टाइम तो सेम ही है ना. बहुत सिंपल तरीके से इसमें मैंने डिस्कस भी किया था ना पहले, कि जैसे सेम लाइक कंटिन्यूस फ्लो ऑफ फोटोग्राफ्स फील्स लाइक ए फिल्म. सो what makes your, what you say, like discrete packets of memory a continuous flow? That is time. Like personally you don't feel like you are a discontinuous being, right? You feel like from the birth till here there is a continuity. Even though in between you stop the sensory input also when you sleep. So it's not the continuity of the information. Something else is continuous. And that feeling of continuous existence is time. like time, there is nothing outside you. टाइम भी हमने ही बनाया ना, और हमने ही उसको एक्सपीरियंस किया बेसिकली. सो वट एवर इज देयर, इट हैज़ टू बी इन योर ओन एक्सपीरियंस. टाइम और स्पेस. स्पेस तो बहुत सिंपल है. लाइक स्पेस these days they have those 8D 9D sound systems, no? So that sound system can make you feel like something is moving around even though it's just a manipulation of the sound waves. So that way of experiencing the world in which we feel like there is something outside and there is a moment outside, that is space. तो यही बेसिक तो यही चीज़ है, लाइक टाइम एंड स्पेस. नमस्कार मामन जी. लाइक पूरी साइंस भी इन्हीं दो कॉन्सेप्ट्स पे पूरा बेस्ड है. लाइक इफ़ यू एनी साइंटिफिक प्लॉट इफ़ यू डू, दे विल बी ए डायग्राम इन पोजिशन XYZ एंड टाइम T. चाहे आइंस्टाइन की इक्वेशन हो, चाहे श्रोडिंगर की इक्वेशन हो, चाहे किसी भी साइंटिस्ट की इक्वेशन हो. जो हम वेव बोलते हैं, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो ए, वो क्या है, वो भी तो वही है. लाइक व्हाट इज़ द वेव फंक्शन? द पोजिशन इज इक्वल टू एम्पलीट्यूड इनटू साइन थीटा टी और समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? सो इट इज़ ए फंक्शन ऑफ द टाइम एंड स्पेस. इसको रिलेट किया है. हेलो खंडेलवाल जी. ये सब बहुत बेसिक है, बट सबसे ज़्यादा बेसिक है. ओके, रिक्वेस्ट एक्सेप्ट. ये रिक्वेस्ट एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं हो रही है. नेटवर्क तो है यहाँ पे. नमस्ते सर. बट स्पेस ऑफ टाइम भी सेकेंडरी कॉन्सेप्ट्स है. प्राइमरी कॉन्सेप्ट्स तो वही है, कॉन्शियसनेस एंड एनर्जी. एनर्जी को डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए, हाउ एनर्जी फील्स टू अस, देन वी से दैट इट इज अ फंक्शन ऑफ द स्पेस एंड टाइम. Like we experience energy as a function of the space and time. What are we? We is the consciousness. Like right now I am here. If I am dead, the same body is there, but something is not there. I am not conscious. And this is not the unconsciousness which is science describes. Like when they operate on you or do operation, they say you are unconscious. But you are not unconscious. You are conscious. It's the same state, it's just you go in like a deep sleep state. That's it. But in the deep sleep also you are conscious. Otherwise, how will you know that you are sleeping in deep sleep? Or how would you know? There has to be a discontinuity in there, which is not there. Every day we go to deep sleep and every day we wake up. Yeah. So basically what happens, like when human, you can say consciousness was at a higher level, then people didn't need to create so many stories to make people understand, right? It's just like, because the trust issue was not there. Right now the trust issue is the biggest thing that is like plaguing the society. Like if I go around telling people like, okay, this is the truth, people will think like, okay, just another Baba has come, who is fake Baba. Another one of them has come, who doesn't know anything, who just did some stuff and like that. So when the trust issue is not there, when people can, when the words, that's why it's called satyug, like when the words that are coming out of your mouth is truth, so the word will directly go and penetrate the other person. So at that time the most abstract form was written, which is the Vedas, like the truth in the most abstract form, like how mathematics does formulas, right? E is equal to mc square. What is that? That is the observation of the truth expressed in a abstract way, right? What you call like Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Sutra is formula only. So that is the abstract form of writing the truth. But as human consciousness went down, as we went away from truth and honesty, as more and more we fell into, lust, greed, lying to each other, you know, using each other, using the environment. So then the value of the word start decreasing. Now the word doesn't mean anything. I can say the most profound stuff, but it won't penetrate people because people have walls. They have filters. Like, should I trust this guy or should I not trust this guy? Is this guy actually real or not real? Like that. I have to deal with in-laws, family, we have no idea, experience of Atma, falling into the mental pit, losing my health conscious, that will happen. That is going to happen only. It's in these times. It's very hard to get a family which will support you, because you have to understand what a family works. The family works on the relationship, which binds you. It doesn't release you. It binds you. You can change, like, see the Sindhuji. The basic principle of life is this only. You do what you can do, and you see if you have options to move outside, you move out of that environment and to go to a better environment. Then you do everything to achieve that. Okay. But if you say, let's say you have financial problems or there's something which is not there, so you cannot exercise. So then you have to, what you say, exercise Shan Shakti. Krishna also says, that Shan Shakti is the biggest virtue. And he advises Pandav, like, you should have Shan Shakti. That's what they did, 14 years in exile. They suffered everything. See, why you have to drop in depression and frustration? See, this happens because you are trying to convince other people of your own truth. You should not do that. That is literally not possible. It's you have certain whatever philosophy, ideology, thoughts the other person doesn't have. So either you create boundaries and your own space. If they are not even allowing you to create your own space, no, don't try on others. Try on yourself only. Like, improve yourself, make yourself strong. Yeah, wait. Convincing other people is impossible. You cannot convince. It's I would tell you, like, 3 years I was doing this only. No, I have all kind of experiences, and finally then you realize that it's just you live your truth and you live your life. That's it. If you really study like any of the spiritual people, it's not like they didn't have opposition in their time. Like Buddha, father only, he put everything around him so that he can be entangled. Everything. He was not even happy like when he left everything. So it's not like every parents will always support you. That is not going to happen. But again, Whatever is in your control, you do it. If it is not in your control, then you just leave it because you cannot do anything anyways. That's the working principle of life. Like right now, if I don't find any place to stay in the night, then I try my best to find. But if I still don't find, then whatever is there, I make use of it, no? And then just go about it. That's the reality. I mean, what can you do? If I go and eat at certain place, but only certain type of food is available. So now that's the choice. They're like, okay, what should I do in this condition? These are the given things, and I have to play in these conditions. It's a very simple thing, but if when you understand it, it's like it makes your life very easy because you do what is in your control, and what is not in your control, you just leave it. Yep. People like what are stories like films that you see, right? So there's certain films like let's say Lagero Muna Bhai. It might illustrate you in detail about the principle of non-violence or what was the ideology of Gandhi and like that. So stories help you connect. By using stories, you because people generally see themselves as story only. I see myself as a like okay, I am this Abhay, I did this, I did that, I am like this. I see myself as a story. So when I tell you a story, it will be easy to understand the concept. But finally, the point is to make you understand the concept. But if I make like a nice movie about what you say multiverse, there is a movie, this very famous movie. So then people will be easily able to see or visualize it. If I just explain it like in a science book, it will be hard for people. No, no. See, it's not like you pressing the legs and arms of God. You are God. That's the main thing. The same Atman that you say or consciousness is in everything around you. The air is also conscious in its own way. The earth is also conscious in its own way. The dog is also conscious in its own way. We are conscious in our human ways. When realizing this thing is meditation, is to be in a state of constant observation. So it's like you just watch the cricket game, but you don't react to it. Whether Surya Kumar Yadav gets a good catch or whether India wins or lose, you just keep watching it. You're like, okay, this happened. Okay, this happened. Okay, this happened. You don't react. That is meditation. If you keep watching your own surroundings, your own thoughts, but you don't take part in them, that's very simple. But it feels simple. The concept is very simple. Doing it is difficult. Can you pinpoint a time where? See, that's why they say no. Time is a construct. Time and space is construct of consciousness playing with energy. Consciousness itself is timeless. You cannot pinpoint a time because consciousness is not physical, right? Energy is physical, but consciousness is not physical. So anything which is not physical or which doesn't have a form, it is timeless. So you cannot say that this is the time when the consciousness was created. You can pinpoint a time. Hmm, time is time is created when, as a human, we experience time, right? But for consciousness to be evolved in a human form, there was a lot of like evolution that happened. It's not just relative. It's like how do you feel time? Like don't go into the concepts. Okay, it's and don't go into the watch also. Like okay, watch it. time is the watch ticking in. No. So if you see, most of how people used to measure time before was like hourglass, right? So you put a sand into top box and then it will drown and you measure it. So basically the movement of the nature has a pattern to it, and that pattern we measure in time. The moon revolving around earth, the day, then this earth revolving around sun and year. What is that? So there is a cyclic nature to the entire thing. So that's why how we can measure the continuity of it, because it's cyclic in nature. Time is definitely physical entity, no? It's a creation of the mind. The mind creates the time, because it's the mind which connects your individual memories and makes it feel like it's a continuous movie, your own life. If you, that's why if you go into samadhi, then you will be in a timeless state. Then you will experience something beyond time. You experience consciousness only. People get mind oneself that if you are abide material things, you're valuable to things, and time and can be takes literally. And this boy and girl things is, see, basically what has happened, like when consciousness gets lower in vibration, then people will divide more. You know, now we have divided into so much, other animals and humans. Okay, then in humans also we are divided like male and female, boys and girls. Then in that also we are divided like this nation, that nation. Then we have created caste, then we have created something else, then we have created something else. That is like, instead of the unification of the consciousness and knowing that everything is one only, we are trying to make that everything is different. So this is the downward movement of the consciousness, in which the individualism is more stressed. It is more stressed that I am different from you, while we don't focus that in so many ways I am same as you. And in the fundamental sense, I am actually you. But this is like, in concept, this is hard to, concept it is easy to understand, but to actually experience it, then you need to either just go about it, just seek it, that you want to know the answer to it, or you follow any of the methods that are written in the books, the four main methods, right? Gyan yoga, Kriya yoga, Bhakti yoga, and Karma yoga. Karma yoga means that you do everything, you do your business, you do everything, but you don't say that you are doing it. And it's not just for saying, like in your heart, you feel like you are not doing it. It's like you put, dedicate or devote everything. So that's like, okay, something that God is making you do it or something like that. Bhakti is bhakti only, it's like complete devotion. You put your entire life or in some other higher authority. Kriya is more about how do you manipulate your energy. It's like right now, even if my lips are moving, so this is energy moving, right? So matter is moving. I'm moving the matter. Even to speak, I have to manipulate the energy in a way that I'm able to speak like this. So when you start understanding this internally, like how is it working inside me? How am I like, put energy and then this air comes out and then some voice comes. That is Kriya Yoga. Yeah. So this is the main, what has like eaten Indian society. It's the, what you can say. People started owning the knowledge. It's like only these people can read, or these people cannot read. That was never the intention. Obviously, everybody is the same God, no. But anything that you do in times it will be used for the bad purposes only. So because it's finally the human being, no? How do you use a good knowledge? It's upon you. Brahmin were more like Gyan Yoga path. So basically, the path of knowledge or the path of studying, discussing, having debates. If you look at older stories, Upanishad stories, there are so many debates there, like so many, like Sankaracharya debate with that guy over Karma Yoga. Then there is the Ashtavakra debate with some other Pandit in which he puts his life on the line and like that. So people used to be so serious about debate and like logic and being rational and knowledge. But now that is not there. Now being a Brahmin means that you do puja and you recite some mantras and done. That's it. Which was not the purpose. The purpose of Brahmin is the Gyan Yoga. That you go and reach the truth through knowledge, through discussions, through rational thinking. That's how you do. Like all of these main Varna system are divided like that only. So that everyone can so not everyone can be so intellectual, right? Like they can read and think logically. Not everyone brain will be wired like that. So the different paths was created. They were like, okay, if you cannot read so much or you don't understand these abstract concept, then you follow bhakti path. You just devote everything to God. It is very easy, like having a mala and just keep reciting the name like Ram, 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 Ram. That is easy, right? Instead of reading like complex philosophy of Freud and some Nietzsche or some Plato and Socrates and like Indian Vedas and all of this, that will make your mind go around and around. So different things were created so that everyone in the society can reach the same truth based on their capabilities. Like not everyone is so physically endowed that they can do asanas and yogas, right? Maybe some people have some physical injury or something else. So the different things were created for them. You're like, okay, so you cannot do this, then you do this. Actually, the Brahmins earns most of the money even today in India. Based on the human potential, these four paths that I told you, then you divide people. Like if someone has intellectual capacity, then you advise them Gyan Yoga path. If someone is more like into the world and doing stuff, they want to do make a business, they want to do this and that, then you advise them Karma Yoga path. If someone is more into physical inside, then you advise them Kriya Yoga path. If someone cannot do any of it, and then they're like, okay, you just do bhakti, you just be devoted to God. No, it's not about actually knowledge sells. No? Real knowledge sells. How many people are earning money just by writing books? That is knowledge only. So it's not like you cannot earn money, but you have to know it, right? It cannot be just in the air. Like earlier, when people who were scholars, they were patronized by the kings and everyone. Why? Because you need them. You need people with intelligence and knowledge around you so that they can advise you or they can tell you stuff. Right now, also, like what are the economic advisors to the prime minister? They are the expert in the economics, right? They have the knowledge of the economics. That's it. So similarly, if you have possess the different kind of knowledge, then obviously by knowledge you can earn money. Nobody can deny it. It's not that difficult. I mean, so many people are earning money by knowledge these days. Or you can put the knowledge into more practical purposes, like start a business, make an app, and all of that. That is fine. I mean, that is your tendency, your gyan and karma. That is your tendency. Some people will have a very good bhakti tendency. They cannot do gyan and karma at all. Like karma, generally everyone has to do. Like they have to breathe, they have to eat, they have to do all this stuff, right? So that basic karma everyone has to do. But you look at so many people, no? Like Tulsidas, Surdas, Mirabai. Bhakti comes so easy to them. It's like, they don't want to read Vedas and philosophy. They're like, no, 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 Bhakti is done for us. Just give us like Krishna name and we can just keep chanting and we will be like, ecstasy all the time. So for some people, Bhakti comes easy. For some people, Gyan comes easy. For me, Gyan was very easy. Now also. But if you like see Sadhguru, for him, he doesn't go into Gyan. He's like, I don't read books, man. I don't care about reading books. I can know whatever inside only. But for me, if you ask, like, okay, read so what is written there, what is written there, is my tendency is like that. So I will read it. I have like actually read so much stuff, like so much history, like from Taoism to Zen to Egyptian history, and it's the same stuff. Because when the human consciousness was a higher level, we were able to experience the world in a much different way. Now, the symbolic, what you say, archive or the symbolic communication of it is different. Sometimes you use different symbols to communicate the same thing, but the core is the same. And Gyan is actually the best path if you want, because if you take the Gyan Yoga path, then you think and you read, then it enhances life of everyone around you also. It makes you grounded also. It's like so many bhakti yogis, it's very hard for them to operate in the world. But for a Gyan yogi, it will be very easy because they are thought driven, right? They can think things out. So that was the real basis of like creating Varna system, so that you can divide people based on their capabilities. Someone is more into like thinking and reading, so then you call them Brahmins. But now Brahmins are like, if you are born in a Brahmin family, then you are a Brahmin. Even though you don't know how to read or how to think or at all. You don't need to. It's your birthright. Stupidity. It's like, saying someone who cannot even fight or physically weak, saying that he's a Kshatriya. How is that a Kshatriya? Kshatriya needs to be fight, no? He needs to be physically strong. Otherwise, he cannot be a Kshatriya. Yep. Gyan will helps you like navigate the world also. Because it's not based on faith, right? It's based on rational logic. So you won't get stuck. But Gyan is like the last step is very difficult for Gyan. Because what can happen is like if you keep taking more and more knowledge, the side effect of ego is very huge. That you might start thinking that, oh my god, you have read so many books, you know so much, then you are the real shit. That is you have to be very aware of it in Gyan Yoga. That happens with so many people, right? They start thinking like they are some kind of thing in this world. Like they know everything and like all of that. That will happen. This mental health problem is just basically your own mind is, as I told before, is like a chip only, right? So if you don't use it well, either it will heat up. Depression, see, most people go into depression Easier I will teach you. Okay, like what you call depression, in which you lose what you call willpower. It's not like you cannot do things. You can do things. You know it. You can do things, but somehow you don't want to. Why? It's because certain assumptions are there in your mind that the world has to be this way to operate, and your mind says that the world is not like that. So then you're like, okay, why should I operate then? You have created a picture in your mind that if it doesn't work like this way, then I won't work. If it doesn't go my way, then I won't do this act. All of these things will want to happen now. It's about how you wire your brain. It's like our movement happens because of two things. Either because of desire, in which we try to increase ourselves. We try to have bigger family. We try to have more money. We try to have more influence. We try to have more power. That is increase, right? Or we operate by fear, in which we try to sustain ourselves. Okay, let's not try for more, but let's not get less also. That is fear. Let's maintain the present condition. So we are here, then desire is like going up, and fear is like not trying to go down. When you have too much negativity or fear inside you, and the anxiety happens because of that only. So let's say your mind try to move in this way. So you're like, okay, eat this thing, but then your memory says that no, you cannot eat this thing. So then the energy, it wants to eat. It is hungry. It wants to eat, but it is not getting the pathway because you have somehow some concept has blocked it. So that energy is like the energy air inside a balloon. It's like tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, but it's keep rotating inside. It's not able to get its expression. That is anxiety only. Like all of these things you can easily scientifically you can actually express. Something which is not getting expression, something which is not getting physical expression in the world, then your anxiety will grow more and more inside you because you are not able to speak your truth. Why? Because what will people think? What will they say? What will happen? This will happen. This can happen. That can happen. So all of these things, it stops you from acting only. You are like, okay, why should I act then? And then slowly it becomes depression because you all the pathways of your existence are blocked. So basically your life story is written, and then your life story is like, okay, where should I go? Then it finds no way to go, although it can go anyway. If you really look at it, anything can happen in this world, but because of the conditioning, because of the thinking patterns by the society, so much fear and negativity is put inside you that you think, if I do this also nothing will happen, if I do this also nothing will happen, if I do, why do this? And then that drains your willpower. When willpower is drained, then you will be depressed. Willpower is power to do things. Whether something happens or not happen, that is fine. But you do things. But if you already create a conception that it cannot happen, which happens because of the negativity again, negativity, fear in the society. No, you cannot say. See, helping someone who is going through depression, first of all, you have to make them see life in a different way. You have to see where they are stuck. Like, be with them, and let's say they don't want to go out. So take them out, but don't force something too much also. Let them be in their comfort zone. Like slowly and slowly, let that negativity like go away by itself. It will go away by itself. But at that point of time, because your willpower is not there, you cannot do it by yourself. So you need help from others. And if the other person is empathetic and they want to really help you, then you just open them up slowly to life. But the other part of depression is also that, like, when you are really into spiritual things, then also a phase will come in which you, it's a like vairagya phase, that nothing makes you happy. You are like detached from the world in a way. So that is also a natural step. So it depends on the what the personal circumstance of that person is. Then you can say, okay, what can I do in this situation? Because sometimes maybe depression happens because of some trauma, something has happened in the past, or something they are going through right now. So then you have to address it in a different way. If it is happening because of the detachment, like you don't feel happiness in any physical thing and like that, then it is a different way you have to follow. Exactly, same thing as well. Mindset and yes, is right actually. Willpower gets drained because we want to be perfect. We want things to be. We won't do stuff unless the result is perfect. Like I won't approach a girl if she won't say yes to me, or if I won't go and do travel or try something. If I like everyone keeps telling, like for 3 years I'm listening to this. People will be like nothing will happen, nothing will happen, nothing will happen. People will be like this only, nothing will change, nothing will change. You keep saying things, nothing will change. I'm like okay. So I can also be depressed. I'm like okay, nothing will happen. What should I do then? But then again, somehow, if you are into spirituality, then you don't need that sort of willpower. That willpower is different. Then you just do stuff just for the sake of doing. Then you're like, okay, I like doing it. I don't care. We can like discuss this in detail actually. Like there are so many factors. So any of these phenomena that we say depression, anxiety, all of these are either related to how your chip here is programmed. Okay, let's assume you are into computer and everything, coding. So I create a program in which there is no, let's say the fundamental phenomena is like the goal of the program is to make you happy. Okay, so whatever input I have to do, the program has to maximize my happiness. So according to that only the chipset will be designed, right? Like let's say I input, I'm eating or I'm drinking tea. Then the program will create a scenario in which how drinking tea will make me more happy. What if the program is designed in a way that whatever you do, the outcome will always be negative, or it is perceived as a negative? Then you'll be depressed because either you have defined your output wrong, or you have not taken into reality into account. Like the world is like this only. If you have unreal expectation from people, then obviously you will again and again it won't work. And when again and again it won't work, then you will get into again the same state because you will lose your willpower to do things. It's like you try one business one time, another business another time, third business, fourth business, it doesn't work. Then it will be very hard for you to open the seventh one. That is the same thing. Willpower is less now. Earlier the willpower was more. The circumstance in terms of real experience and knowledge, you are better now. Because now you know what doesn't work. But now your willpower is gone. Yep. Once you start accepting the reality like it is, like There is no real true love other than yourself. There is no unconditional love other than yourself. You loving yourself unconditionally. You accepting yourself like your own imperfections, everything. You're like, I am like this only. That is fine. It's all right. The people giving me certificates, maybe some certificate this person will give, some other certificate this person will give. That is fine. Internally, you are not conflicted. When internally you are conflicted, then all of these mental health problems happen. Anxiety, depression, and all of this. Externally, whatever happens can happen. No, anyways, it will happen. It's not like it's your control. And these mental health problems will actually get worse and worse now. Like I can actually pinpoint you the exact diagrams and exact what you can say flow charts, like what actually creates depression and how in our society we are actually doing the same things. How is the best way to program our brain and to use it more efficiently, but we are not doing it. How the attention span, what is attention? Attention is the ability to hold a single thought in your mind, what is called concentration. Single trail of thought, if you hold, that is attention, which is directly related to meditation. Like if you do meditate more, you will get more attention. But we are going in a path of less and less attention. But now it's like a bifurcation is happening. Like there are people who are into spirituality, so they are actually separating from the mainstream, which is actually going down the doomsday path. They're like they cannot focus on single thought at all. Yeah, you don't care about others, man. Like, see, if you want to enjoy something, you are feeling happy about it, but the others comes and like taunt you or say why are you happy and all of this, then they are negative in character. These are the people you should stay away from. Seriously, like if I see someone happy, if I am a positive person, I will be so happy. I'm like, oh my God, let's enjoy together. But if I'm a negative person, then I will try to pull you down. Then I'm like, why is this person happy? I'm not happy. So I should make him unhappy also. There are two type of thinking. And this thinking is very prevalent in our society. It's like 99% you can say. People like get so much joy in pulling other down. Like look at this Rahul Gandhi only. What is his like CV? What has he done in the world? But all he does is like pull Modi down. All his accomplishment is like pulling Modi down. Because you don't stand for any vision in your mind. You don't have any vision for the world, for India, for anything. You only operate all the old stuff. So there will be so many people like that around you. Yeah. You will find higher consciousness people. No, see, right now we are also connecting. No, so we are finding each other. No, it is happening. It's not like people are not there. Like I, I dance or like walking only. Like most of the time when I'm walking, I keep dancing, playing flute. Even though whatever I play, people will like, oh, this is not good. Like, I don't care. I enjoy it. They will like, okay, play this song, play that song. I'm like, I don't know how to play songs. I just know how to play sound. See, they do their thing. You do your thing. You don't care. So if somebody like physically try to stop you, then you have to obviously take action, no? But otherwise, you can just ignore. Just be in your own happiness, no? They are unhappy. Then it's their responsibility to make their life happy. Yep. I know. I break all these stereotypes. Like I am actually You are trying to do it in your family only. I am doing it like everywhere among strangers, in which you don't even know how people will act or react. But still you do it. It's fine, no? Anything happen will happen only. Like, you have not seen like be in physical law. That's why. Like I keep sitting in jungle and like I keep laughing, looking at the creation and it's like, oh my god, this is so amazing. That's what I'm saying. No, the world is like two parts of it. Like the positive one, in which who wants to make good out of life, who wants to make happiness out of life, and the negative ones, who wants to create chaos out of life, who wants to create fear, anxiety in life. All of these things. So right now the other side is bigger. So that is the reality. I mean, reality will be reality. The other side has more. I don't mind being married also. The main thing is like you finding someone who is like compatible, right? So like love has to happen in which you are accepted as you, right? So I am like this being. If you can find someone who accepts me as I am, then I will marry only. That is fine. Because then you don't have to, you know, kind of change yourself to suit the other person. You don't have to manipulate or do all of these things because you are truly yourself. You are honestly yourself, and the other person is also honestly themselves. Then it's fine. It's like one person, then it's two people. Then you can like double happiness. No, it's different. No, relationship and marriage, like if they are taken as a burden, then it's different. But if it's taken as something that enhances life, like right now we are talking, so there is a relationship going on, right? But this relationship is not like dragging you down. This relationship is like we are uplifting each other, right? If that happens, that is like a what you say, uh, positive interference in which if you like one person play say beat tuck 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 tuck, other person also start playing tuck 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 tuck, then if they start in the rhythm, then the sound will magnify like many times. So that's what the real like marriage and relationship should be like. I mean, it's not like that, but that's the real concept. It's like I am a unique being of unique way of consciousness to express itself. The other person is also a unique way of consciousness to express itself, and then we just enjoy each other. Mm-hmm. It's a long, long video. There is some Muslim with the past in time and the educational Bhakti and their faith related in the religions which are there and they will stand for their love in Krishna. I mean, that human, no? That is individual human fight in a way. Like when I never did any kind of bhakti or anything before. I never believed in anything. It's like pure Gyan Yoga path. Just reading so much philosophy. Like like in IIT Bombay, I took courses like philosophy of life, postmodernism and philosophy and all of these things. Because I was more interested in like what is life, man? Like what is this? So there are different people who get attracted to different stuff. There are all sorts of stuff. I will not discuss them now. Like for me, the entire picture of the consciousness is very clear. I know who is what. I know who is like lies where. But it's not time to reveal all of that. Some stuff has to happen in the background. So I will do like a story on depression and all of this now. Mm, I say if you can do it more simple stuff on action points, how you can help people and everything. Yeah, like Krishna, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, these are the forms, right? Right now, I am a form. So, but I am a form in which the consciousness is expressing itself. So we are going for the consciousness. We are not going for the form. But there are pathways, like there are methods in which you can use the form also to reach the consciousness. That is methods basically. But what you are referring to is the same thing. The consciousness, which is the witness observer, which sees everything but doesn't do anything, which creates the world, but itself it doesn't engage in anything. It's just like a light. It's just there, and around it the world is created. So everything is conscious, and in terms of concept, it's the same. But again, the thing is like people take it like my God better, your God less. All of this is ego gameplay only. Those people are not spiritual at all. The real spiritual person doesn't do these kind of things, no. Yep, physical forms. Like this cup is a physical form, right? So similarly, my body is also a physical form, in which the consciousness is kind of has created a temporary home. It's like a rent apartment. This body. When this rent will be over, this body will decay. Then the consciousness will move into some other body. It's like this only. Yep. That is basic human tendency. Like that's what I say. No, Gyan Yoga is very dangerous also in a way, because once you read like I say 100 books, then you start thinking like you are the expert of theology. You know everything. You know, it's a very dangerous also. Meditation will help you generally in life also. Like your concentration will improve. You will be better at. You will not forget things. You will be better organized in life. Everything, because your brain is like more settled, right? It's like when you are opening a computer and like 50 tabs are open. Like somewhere this game is playing, somewhere music is playing, somewhere that is playing. So if your brain is like that, then you won't be able to do things efficiently. But if your brain is like only one tab is open, only one task is open, and then you are able to fully concentrate and do it, then it obviously it will happen better, right? Yep. If you get into Gyan and meditation, then Bhakti won't make sense. Gyan and Bhakti are very opposite. Like Bhakti is about belief and faith, that you believe Krishna is there. Why Gyan is like don't believe anything, no belief, question everything. So these are like opposite ways in a way. But if you really get into it and if you really get enlightened, and then you will understand that it's all like a nice exploration. Like Bhakti has its own way and taste. Just believing, while like logic also has way of being like I don't know. It's like rationality when you see expressed in geometry and like mathematics and all these series and patterns in the world, and then you see the beauty of it. That is a different way. While bhakti is seeing like, oh my God, everything is magic. What is all of this? This is all God's creation. My God, so beautiful. Both of them are like very different way of looking at the world. But the final path is the same. But again, people who don't understand that, they fight each other. So like, okay, no. You cannot have faith. You cannot have belief. Why that person can believe? No, it's upon them. Yep. What is the thing? No, FOMO, fear, insecurity. All of these are negative tendencies in which you get affected by the world by a negative way. So basically, these are like red flags. You have more red flags in your life than green flags. When you have so much red flags, then your brain won't move. Oh, this is a nice way to actually teach depression. Red flags, green flags. We will do that. Okay, I will leave now. I'll see you guys later. I have to walk, go further. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Enjoy.